and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolks said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
I'm hungry enough to eat anything. Even Ellie's cooking.
These is dandy popovers, Ellie.
Yeah, smell good, too.
Well, I'm proud of them myself. Well, y'all just eat up whilst I show you the dress I made.
Oh, you learned her how to sew, Granny?
Taught her everything I know, then turned her loose. She'll be a missus before you know it.
Well, if what she sewed looks as good as these popovers, then...
Don't touch it, Uncle Jed. I said I was hungry enough to eat almost anything, but this popover's alive.
I'm breathing, too.
I'll fix it. Get it, Jethro.
I can't, Uncle Jed. I'm afraid. Thanks, Uncle Jed. I think you saved my life.
Yeah, seems like after all these years of you attacking your food, it's finally getting back at you.
I can see the headlines. Jethro's revenge. Jethro killed by popover.
Well, no use letting it all go to waste. Can't taste as bad as it looks. I was wrong. Tastes worse. Ellie ain't never going to get herself a fella using bait like this.
There's still a chance. Man don't live by bread alone.
If he eats some Ellie's, he don't live, period.
Well, if she ever does get herself a husband, I know what to give him for a wedding present. A stomach pump.
And you get yourself cleaned up and stop this spinster talk. Ellie'll get herself a husband.
Gee whiz, what's with you? You're the one that's always calling her an old maid.
Yeah, Granny. Every time Ellie has a birthday, you dress up in a black dress and go in the morning.
Well, I found someone who needs my help in the romance department worse than Ellie.
Quit looking at me.
It ain't you. It's Miss Jane. You know that I heard that poor girl ain't never had a man ask for her hand in marriage.
Well, quit looking at me.
But, Jed, I don't want you to take her out or call on her or court her.
It's a good thing.
All you have to do is propose to her.
Oh, well, when you put it that way, it's hard to refuse.
Good.
But I'm gonna.
Oh, Jed, every woman has the right to say she's been proposed to once in a lifetime.
Well, Granny, I'm sure it's a worthy cause, but it ain't worthy enough to get married for.
Jed, she won't accept, but that doesn't matter. The important thing is that she will have been asked.
You do the asking.
But, Jed, it has to be you. Somebody that she respects. And slick, handsome, smart, good-mannered.
Hey, are you calling me Granny?
You big... I always say if you can't find a horse, grab a mule.
Are you calling me a mule?
No, Jethro. A jewel. A jewel.
Oh, thanks, Granny. You're sweet, too. Well, I'm going in the kitchen. Even Ellie's popovers ain't as bad as not eating at all.
You don't want to put one of them vicious varmints into your delicate gizzard.
I don't?
No. Wouldn't you rather tickle your taster with bacon and buzzard eggs and eggplant aspic, squirrel and parsnip pie, some corned beaver and cabbage?
Granny, stop. You know them's all my favorites.
I'll fix them all for you if you just do me one little favor.
A little favor? Heck, for that, I'll prune every tree and bush on all 14 acres of this place. With my teeth.
Oh, you don't have to work that hard. You darling, sweet boy.
Oh, Granny. Shucks.
I don't know. Miss Jane may decide it was better never having been asked.
Miss Hathaway, I'd like you to meet Ilse, a new employee I just hired.
How do you do?
Oh, Ilse doesn't speak or understand English.
Then why did you hire her? Stupid question.
Well, Ilse is replacing Wimple, our bank guard.
There's the stupid answer.
Let's show her around, Miss Hathaway.
She? What kind of a bank guard will she make?
A great one. With her to look at, you think a crook's gonna care about robbing us?
Me?
Meet Jane.
Howdy, Miss Jane. This is for you.
Jethro, thank you.
I'm afraid I got a little hungry on the way down. I saved the maple and the licorice one for you. I don't like them.
Well, thank you. Are those for me, too?
Oh, yeah. Roses is red, violets is blue. Sugar is sweet. Doggone, I keep forgetting the last part.
And so are you.
So am I what?
I forgot about Elsa. Elsa meets Jethro.
Me, Ita.
Jethro?
Huh? Oh, howdy, Miss,
Me, Ita.
Yes. Hey, that's a beautiful name.
Jethro, what was it you wanted?
Oh, I come to invite you out for dinner. Oh, there's something I got to ask you.
All right, what was it you wanted to ask me?
I forgot, but I'll remember by tonight. I'll pick you up at the... I forgot that, too. I'll call you. Bye. Bye, me, Elsa.
I suppose you're wondering why I accepted a dinner invitation with that simple, bucolic youth. It is not his uncle's $73 million, but rather his pitiable ineptitude with women. I could not bear to see him rejected once again. And, too, I haven't had a date myself for 6 months.
How'd you do, Jethro? Is Miss Jane going out with you?
Granny, I'm in love.
What'd you do, give you something to eat?
She's the most wonderful, perfect, beautifulest girl in the whole world.
Miss Jane? She did give you something to eat.
Granny, I'm talking about me, Elsa. The girl I'm going to ask to be my wife.
Miss Jane gets to turn you down first.
Can't propose to Miss Jane. I am really in love.
How about our deal? All them victuals I'm cooking for you.
Granny, you just don't understand. This time it's the real thing. Why, me, Elsa's my whole life. I adore her. I am crazy mad in love with her. Granny, I'd do anything for her.
Jethro, put your nose to the breeze.
I smell parsnip and squirrel pie.
Tell me all about that girl that you're crazy mad in love with.
What girl?
Jethro?
Gee, don't scare me like that, Uncle Jed. Certainly made me lop my hand off into this pan of gravy.
That'd be one way to make it finger licking good.
You're joking, ain't you?
It's groundhog gravy. We having a party?
Nope. All this is what Granny's given me for proposing.
We're doing what, Jethro?
Can't tell you, Uncle Jed. Granny told me to keep it a secret, and my lips is sealed.
The only time your lips are sealed is when you got a mouthful of soup.
Go ahead, Uncle Jed. Insult me, bribe me, torture me. Ain't nothing gonna make me tell my secret.
I wouldn't even try.
And you can quit that pleading. When I got a secret, I keep it.
Do that, boy.
Tie me to the rack. Put burning bamboo right underneath my fingernails. Drag me behind wild horses. What'd you say?
I said you keep your secret. Somebody will tell me before long.
Oh, no, they won't. Ellie couldn't, Granny wouldn't, and Miss Jane don't even know that I'm going to propose to her yet. So that only leaves me. And I am just a little bit too smart. That is a dirty trick, Uncle Jed.
No dirtier than the trick you're playing on Miss Jane. She might say yes and get stuck with you.
No, she won't. And I'll tell you why. You see, Miss Jane is what you call intellectual, real educated, and full of fancy manners and high-toned ways.
Yeah.
Well, she ain't gonna marry no chuckle-headed yokel with the manners of a billy goat that's got the roots sticking out of him like quills on a porcupine.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Sure. So all I got to do is pretend that I'm like that for a while. You know, fake it.
Fake it.
Yeah. Of course, I got to forget that I'm a sophisticated international playboy and find out how a country hick would propose to a gal.
That's true.
Would you give me some pointers?
What can I tell a fella's got your way with words?
You can help me be a hayseed. You see, this Beverly Hills sophistication has done rubbed off on me. But thank goodness you're still just as rough as a cob.
Thanks again, boy.
Hey, I got us a pretty good table here, Miss Jane? All the way in the back, right next to the kitchen.
Ordinarily, we do not admit people in costume, but as reservations were made...
Here, I'll get that.
Would Madame care for a cocktail?
If she decides on chicken, she gets the whole bird.
I beg your pardon.
We'll be ordering a la carte.
Very well.
Hold it. Bring her a double helping of alley carts if she wants. Me, I'm having baked hog livers.
We have no baked hog livers.
All right, then deep fry them in possum fat.
Jethro, they don't have any here.
What about beaver tail? Possum shanks? Goat gizzards? Buzzard eggs? And you ain't got no hog livers.
No hog livers.
I thought you said this was a high-class restaurant.
Oh, Jethro, it is. As a matter of fact, they have excellent pâté de foie gras. That's goose livers.
Goose livers? Yeah! How come people eat such things?
We'll be ordering later, and forget about the hog livers.
I wish I could, but you're the second party tonight. That's all of them.
Sure was lucky getting right next to him. I didn't even recognize. Why should they? We look like the average Beverly Hills couple. Jethro proposed to Miss Jane yet? I don't know. Can't hear through the static.
Is something wrong?
Yeah. It seems I was supposed to ask you something tonight, but I've been so hungry I can't remember what it was.
Doggone, I should have never given this job to old Super Gullet. Propose to her, you big dope.
Miss Jane, has your conscience ever talked to you?
Of course, many times.
Well, what's it like?
Oh, a little voice in your head talking to you?
Well, does it by any chance sound like Granny?
Oh, no, dear boy.
Good. I thought I was hearing things. That's never happened to me before. Knock on wood.
Jethro!
Oh, there goes that voice again. Sure you didn't hear nothing, Miss Jane?
No, lean back and relax. You're probably imagining it.
Yeah, I got an awful strong imagination. I've got an awful strong imagination, but it's the first time I ever had a kick to it.
Jethro, that came from the next booth.
Hey, excuse me, mister. Well, howdy there, beautiful.
Ellie?
Granny.
What is it, Jethro?
Oh, just somebody admiring my tie. But they reminded me what I wanted to ask you.
And what is that, dear boy?
Miss Jane, will you marry me?
Jethro. Sweet, innocent Jethro. How could I refuse that plaintive face? How could I say no?
Oh, there's any number of ways. No, nix, never, absolutely not, or just shake your head no.
Oh, Jethro. So used to being rebuffed, turned away, scorned, but not from me. For once you shall hear what your heart has been longing to hear. Yes.
Yeah.
You have been rejected for the last time. I shall make the sacrifice. My answer is yes, yes, yes!
No, no, no! Really?
She said yes. Wait till Paul finds out about that. You can wait if you want to. By sunup, I'm going to be across the state line.
If you'd seen how pathetic he looked, you'd have said yes, too.
Oh, well, it's done now. Now, let's see. You'll want someplace that's really nice for your bridal shower. How about here at the bank in the vault? All right. We'll go out someplace. The parking lot. I went to do it. All I ask is that you give me any duplicate gift.
Stop! It was a mistake. I was caught up in a moment of compassion. I can't marry Jethro.
But he proposed and you accepted. If you back out now, you'll be damaging a sacred institution.
Marriage.
I mean the Commerce Bank. You know how the Clampetts feel about honor and duty. Why, you might alienate my biggest depositor.
To you, this marriage is only a matter of dollars and cents.
No, it's more than that. It's millions of dollars, millions of cents.
For Mr. Clampett's money, you would sacrifice two people to lives of certain unhappiness.
Now, try me on a hard one.
Well, Jethro means too much to me. We're totally unsuited to one another. In the first place, I'm several months older than he is.
Well, at least you could give matrimony a try. Look what it's done for me. Well, let's forget that. Think of the romance of marriage. A joint checking account. Savings in income tax.
I won't let Jethro pay a lifetime for his one moment of mad infatuation. I'll think of a way out of this. Please watch the phones.
Me either.
Watch them. Don't answer them.
Oh, here you are. What you doing?
Just trying to figure out the best way to commit suicide.
Glad you ain't rushing into it.
About decided I'm going to take an overdose of food and eat myself to death.
That's a fitting way to go. With your stomach, I ain't sure it's possible.
Quit trying to cheer me up, Uncle Jed. I'm just desperate about having to marry Miss Jane.
I know, boy, but you're honor brown. It's a code of the hills.
Hey, maybe we could find a loophole, huh?
One thing could save you is if Miss Jane changes her mind. Women has been known to do that.
Back chains. You think she's going to give up the prize catch of the century now that she's bagged?
I suppose not. Being one of them Vassar girls, she's probably mighty impressed with his sixth-grade education.
Forget my brain. What about the way I look?
Well, I wouldn't count on that stopping her. It ain't up to now. Well, what I meant was...
I know what you meant. Boy, the way I get insulted around here, marriage is looking better and better. But it still looks off.
Yeah, don't give up, boy. Granny's been in the kitchen ever since I brung her home. She's making up a anti-love potion for you.
She better do something. It was her that got me into this.
Now, your stomach had something to do with it, too. I could have stopped her myself, for that matter, but...
All right, Jethro, you're saved. Ellie will be right along with my anti-love potion X4.
What's that?
It's a charm I never dared try before. Marked emergency use only.
Granny, you look plumb tuckered out.
Making X4 really took a lot out of me, Jed. But if you wear it around your neck, it's guaranteed to break up anything from puppy love to passionate romance.
What's that horrible smell?
That's plumb off.
What is it?
Anti-love potion X4. Wear that around your neck, Jethro, and it'll not only rid you of all unwanted sweethearts and fiancés, but it will kill any flying insect within 100 yards.
Any human being within 10.
I'd marry Cousin Bessie before I'd wear that thing.
You'd have to. She wouldn't go near you after.
You and Jethro take anti-love potion X4 out and bury it.
No,
In
Dad.
a deep hole.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And stop on the ground hard before you put it in so the gophers can get away.
A lot of work went into that potion, Jed.
Yeah, I hate to think of what else.
So it was the strongest charm in my book. There's nothing left for me to make.
Well, yeah, there is. A wedding cake.
Yes, you're right. He proposed and she accepted. It's the code of the hills.
Only thing I could say is stronger would be a shotgun.
He can use my old engagement ring. It wasn't expensive, but it's got a lot of sentimental value.
Yeah, that's the one your husband carved out of a marrow-bone. Must be a lot of memories attached to it.
Uh-huh. A little bristle, too.
Well, there won't be by the time Jethro gets it to the bank. I'll go call Miss Jane and tell her he's coming.
I'm back. Any messages?
Hey, no.
Wonderful.
Miss Hathaway, Mr. Clampett called. Your fiancé is coming by with your engagement ring.
Jethro will have to keep his diamond. I have decided to come right out and tell him I cannot marry him.
No. You can't hurt a person like that.
It's better that Jethro suffer the agony now than to live with this dream even a day longer.
I'm talking about hurting me. What if we lose the Clampett account?
But I feel that honesty is the best policy.
What kind of crazy nonsense is that? I'm going to stop Jethro.
Howdy, Miss Jane. I got an engagement ring for you, but hope you won't mind my tooth marks on it.
Jethro, my lovesick Lothario, I have bad news for you. I cannot marry you.
What?
Your heart must hurt, but the pain, yes, you must try to forget me. Try.
Hot dog, I'm a free man! Free!
Hello?
Me, Elsa!
Nein, me, Elsa. You, 73 million.
Mr. Clampett said Jethro's already left.
He's out there. Oh, I just told him. I hope he's able to forget. He must try. Look at him suffering, trying to forget. That's right, my brave boy. Try to forget. Try.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
Viacom.